Hello, welcome back to Van TV Media, guys. If you're new, please just consider subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that in case we do upload a story, will be the first one to view. Thank you guys for supporting my channel since it has reached here, guys. Because if it were not you, I could have not reached where I am now, guys. Today's video we're going to talk about the unity of black people. The unity of black people has made white people to have questions, to fear this unity, because you see most of the black people right now in US, in the rest of the world, have become together. The black people have decided to live away with the differences and join together to think the same way they want to think of. So these things has made the white people to have fear on this unity of black people. Just listen to how these people are talking about the unity of black people, and we'll be continuing, guys.
The whites don't even see you as American. They see you as second-class citizen from Africa. This is why they call you African American. The difference between black Americans and Africans is we don't give a fuck about what white people see us as or what white people think. We do not care. We don't worship whiteness. Not in 2025. When they threatened us with segregation, majority of us said, bring it on. We don't give a damn. We're not walking up to them. White people care about black people in America way more than we care about them. We're not trying to get invited to their cookouts. We're not trying to force ourselves in their spaces. Not in 2025. That's not what's happening. White people are constantly minding our business and coming up to us and asking us questions and wanting to be included and wanting to be invited and wanting to know what we got going on. Have you ever seen Karen videos? White women, they be obsessed. Obsessed. Utterly obsessed. We do not worship white people like y'all. A lot of y'all uphold white superiority. You ever want to see what leave it up to one of y'all. We don't do that bootlicking shit over here. We don't care what they think or what they consider us. We know what's on our birth certificates. I know what it says on my passport. I know where my lineage comes from. I know where my ancestors come from. It's a psychological mind trick to think that white people are fucking superior to you. There ain't no motherfucking white person superior to me. That hatred, that shit is love. Love and hate lives on the same spectrum. They love us so fucking much. They're so obsessed that it brewed into hate. A lot of it is envy, jealousy, admiration, inferiority. Not all. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. The fuck?
You know, Donald Trump will probably be accredited for a lot of things in history, especially once they tally up all of his atrocities committed against humanity, committed against society, committed against the American government and its people, its citizens. But one of the things that I dare say that he might also be accredited for is finally removing the last bit of distractions that kept the African American community divided. I'm not gonna lie, since the election, one thing that I've definitely seen that has been thriving is the unity of black people like none other. Every time I look into my comment section, my faith in unity within our group is it's reaffirmed. It's what's the word? I have reassurance, even, you understand, especially not just unity within the African American community in itself, but unity between the African American community and the African diaspora. You know, I'm so happy because, not to be cliche or anything, we're gonna be all right. We really are going to be all right. And it's not even no shade. I'm not even like trying to be cute when I say this. We really are going to be all right. Every time I post a video in my comment sections, it's flooded with African American people, black people, Caribbean, African descent people, like literally in America talking about, we're going to be good. We're going to be fine. So while I'm pretty sure Donald Trump doesn't want to be accredited for something like this, I'm pretty sure the plan was to always keep us divided, you understand? he unfortunately, with all of his policies, with all the little distractions that he's taking away, is making us become united. Like, once we found out that all of these programs that being removed actually never even benefited us, and then the removal of it just shows that you blatantly do not give a fuck about the African American community, or the Black community, or the Hispanic community, or any community of color, the immigrant community. Once we saw that, we locked in. We said, oh, okay, I'm not going to spend no money over there. Oh, you don't want me there? Okay, I won't apply there. Oh, you trying to you want to make me unemployed? That's cool. It's all right. I'm going to figure out another way. Like, we really said, thank you. Thank you for the heads up. Thank you for the transparency, because that's something that we've been asking for centuries, you know? And now we're going to go into our own lane. We're going to go and create our own lane. And you are not welcome. That's the best part, is that you are not welcome. There's no more invitations. There's no more extended invitations to any cookouts. Y'all aren't welcome. So thank you for finally removing the rose-colored glasses, for finally making it so that we can see clearly. Because now we're locked in.
So this is just a quick message to my people. Okay, you beautiful brown and so-called Black people out there in the world, all over. Did y'all know how special y'all are? Do y'all know how special you are to the Most High? Like, he said you are so special, and that he loved you so much. He created you to be above all nations that are upon the face of the earth. If you don't believe me, open up your Bible and read it. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6 says, "Thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." Above every other nation, every other people upon the face of the earth, you are above them. This is what the Most High declared in his word. God is not a man that he would lie. And this is what our people have to begin to understand. He said he loves you above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Why do you think they try so hard to keep us down, to keep us out, to keep us oppressed, to keep us separated, to keep us conflicting and fighting with one another, to keep us hating one another? Who done this? The so-called white man's done this, and been doing this for hundreds and hundreds of years. In that precept specifically, it is declaring segregation. The Most High, when he created us, he always wanted us to be separate, especially from these Edomites, so-called white people. He always wanted us to be separated from them. Being intermingled and entertained with them, entangled with them, it's brought us nothing but bad. Think about it. Countless amount of times, it's brought us nothing but bad things. Go back. Think about our history. Since we came over here to America, and for the natives that are from this land, that are indigenous of America, here in America, this is your land. The moment that so-called white people came in contact with the natives, it's been nothing but bad. And this is what we have to understand, y'all. We have to separate from our enemy. We have to come back together with one another and begin to build each other up and begin to love each other, okay? And with that being said, you cannot do that with an enemy in between you and your people. When our people begin to wake up and actually grasp that concept, how powerful we would be as a nation of people. Right now, our nation, our people, and the majority of our people don't know who they are or where you come from, don't know your ancestors, your great-great-great-great-grandmother. You don't know. So you run to the so-called white man to get a DNA test just for them to give you a lie, to give you some sense of, oh my goodness, this is where I come from. That's a lie. We Israelites, we the children of Israel. You come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That so-called white man, that's a fraud. That's not who our Savior is. That's not the real. His name's not Jesus. He was a Hebrew man. Okay? And with that being said, he was very dark skinned. All the things that they so-called don't like about us, they copy. Make it make sense. If you don't like these big lips or this big nose, let them tell it. Or that nappy hair, let them tell it. But then you turn around and you copy it? Like, make it make sense. It's time for my people to wake up and realize how special you truly are. Know who you are. Remember who you are. And know that remember the power and the greatness that is within you. You have to separate from your enemies. Your enemies have pulled you down. And make no mistake, your enemies is so-called whites. The Bible tells us that. We was sold to our enemies. We was brought on ships and sold to our enemies. And no man has bought us. Look at history. That's why they can shoot our people down in the street and go off not guilty. That's why they can have a knee on the neck for 9, 10, however many minutes the officer had his knee on George Floyd's neck until he took his life. And now they ready to acquit him and let him out and go not guilty. The things that they do to us, shoot our sisters down in the street pregnant and go off not guilty. How they cheat us. In order for you to get a house loan, your interest is going to be 10 times your white counterpart. In order for you to get a car loan, your interest is going to be 10 times your white counterpart. Y'all, we have to wake up and separate from our enemy. I'm all for segregation because segregation is biblical. And these so-called whites, they know that and they understand it. That's why they cleave so tight to us, y'all. They don't like us, but yet they want to be just like us. And they just can't help themselves but to be up in our business. But with that being said, keep y'all butts in the house. Do not go out there to that April 5th protest, okay? Tomorrow is the Sabbath. Observe the Sabbath. Stay at home. Chill. Don't cook. Don't buy. Don't sell. Honor the Most High. And He'll bless you.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. If state and local officials are being inclusive, advocating for diversity and equity, they can be charged with discrimination charges. Now, Trump's DOJ's Civil Rights Department, who have defended the civil rights of people for 70 years now, they are no longer defending the rights of Black and brown people, LGBT people, women, all of those people who are usually discriminated against. They are no longer going to be representing them. So if you have an issue of discrimination, the DOJ will no longer represent you because of discrimination. Make it make sense. They will now be focusing their attention on discrimination against white Christian people, because they are the most discriminated group by far. Yeah. Now, I say all this to say there is a tide shifting. Even though Black people are resting, we are focusing in on our communities, our Black-owned businesses, our children, our education, all of that. Yes, we need to continue doing all of that. I have seen a shift in the boldness of these racist people. Neo-Yahtzee rallies and marches up there in Kansas City. YT women calling little autistic Black children the N-word, getting $750,000 for that. But then there have been videos of Black people letting those racist people know, who think we are going back to the 1930s, during the times that we were hanging in trees, that they were having picnics with us as the main course. Times where they could tell us which swimming pools to swim at, which water fountains to go to, where to sit on the bus. Alabama today is trying to resegregate its schools. Problem is, Black people like me were born into freedom. It's going to be real hard to put that genie back in the box. So even though Black people are resting, we're not going back to 1930. We are a different breed. But I say, be cautious, because 47 has already started putting things in place specifically for us, because he wants us to protest. And when we protest, he will enact martial law. And he already has the orders in place to do that. We need to know the enemy that we are fighting. So what do? Stay out of the street. Do not protest. protest no matter what happens. What we will do is we will continue to organize and protest with our wallets, cheer on our allies who are out in the street, strengthen the Black community, and to be there for each other. We will continue to support Black-owned business with our wallets and our presence. We will continue to be united as we were on the 5th of November 2024 when we tried to save this country. We will continue to do what we do best, thrive in our excellence, even during the hardest time.
You have been made to look at yourselves as nothing. But tonight, by the grace of God, I want to tell you in just a few moments who you are and what is expected of each one of us to stem the tide of crime and violence that is afflicting our communities throughout America, not by your design, but by the design of the wicked, who are manipulating our ignorance to make us enemies of one another. And we have become so depraved as a community that it makes it difficult for somebody like myself or Reverend Jackson or others to teach us to love one another, because wickedness is the mother of hate. Yeah. All right. When people do you evil, it's difficult to love them. And if we have become the number one evildoers to one another, we are preaching a hatred now in our community that must breed self-destruction. If we say that God is love, and the scriptures of the Bible teach this, then the love that God is not some tender, emotional.
Right, guys, you've seen how people are saying about the black people. My people, during those days, black people were not united. During those days, black people were fighting each other. That made credit to the white people. White people got a big credit, got a big chance of ruling the world because black people were not united. But today, black people have decided to make sure that they have come together and be united. So this issue of black people uniting, this issue of black people saying that they are now living out the differences and come together to make sure that they are united and they are thinking the same, are making their decision the same. They are making sure that they want to treat these white people or the way they were not thinking. Like it has made the white people to regret. They have made white people to have fear on what will be next in coming years. Because you see nowadays in America, in the rest of the world, whenever white people are complaining about the economy, whenever the white people are condemning, are talking more about the discrimination that they are getting in the government of United States, you see some of the black people are silent. Black people are not talking anything. Black people have decided to be silent and see what gonna be happen. You see, black people whenever it is about the politic, black people decided to choose one and only a leader whom they think like. But white people are the one who just talk about and have differences on their choices. So guys, you saw during the labor day in the United States, most of the people came out, most of the white people came out in large number to protest about the economy of the workers who came out to protest about how the economy of the United States is, how the relationship of work is in the United States. But few number of black people came out. Black people decided to stay at home and make their watching. They decided to watch out what was going in the street, because you see most of the white people who are the security in United States, they used to discriminate those black people. Whenever a black people get into the street, they used to discriminate those black people. So during that protest, black people decided to stay at home and just just decided to watch out what gonna be happening in the street. So this has made white people to ask them questions. Why is it black people are silenced? Because whenever someone is silenced, whenever someone doesn't have anything to tell you, you get yourself asking question, what is this guy thinking about me? What is this guy gonna do in the next step? So this is the question, and this is the situation where white people are now in. You see the time of Ibrahim Traore, you saw different people. When the black people, when Michael Langley decided to come to attack Ibrahim Traore, you saw black people in every country, in every continent came out, be it in Jamaica, be it in Caribbean countries, be it in Africa, United UK, France. They came out in large number and decided to talk about the matter, decided to defend Ibrahim Traore on whatever was happening there. You see, here in Africa, most of the black people have decided to come together to make sure that they want to get out the new colonialism which is there. They want to get out the new colonialism that is making we Africans, we black people, resources that we have, we are not getting use of. They are trying to make the resources that are here in Africa to be used by black people, to be used in the right manner, to be used in the manner that we Africa needs it to be used. So you see, some of these black people are now waking up, and this waking up of black people it has made white people to have great fears in their life. You saw when Donald Trump said that white people in South Africa are being discriminated. White people in South Africa, there is a genocide in South Africa that whereby white people are being killed. You saw he decided to take those white Afrikaners to United States as refugees. There is no black people who just complained about that. But in United States, we saw a large number of white people, of white Americans, complaining about the matter. We saw a large number of white Americans agreeing with Donald Trump, but the black people decided to remain silent. Black people decided to ignore about what was happening in United States, what Donald Trump decided to do with his white Afrikaners. But you see, here in Africa, we've seen some of the black people have decided to come into Africa to just defend the president of Africa, South Africa, Ramaphosa, saying that there is nothing that happened in South Africa like genocide. But those white Afrikaners, so called the white farmers, they had some of the differences. They had their gender for them going to United. You see, black people whenever black people were in the hands of white people came out to discriminate black people. So guys, drop your comment and tell us what you think about this issue of black people remaining silent, black people remaining united the way they are right now. What is your opinion? What gonna be the next step of black people towards white people? And guys, let us meet in the next episode.